Okay, today we're going to tie a glorified WD-40. This is my take on a WD-40. It's pretty simple, but I found it to be pretty effective. In fact, it's one of my go-to flies. It seems to work as a general fishing pattern, or especially during a blueing olive hatch. In fact, it seems to be a pretty good imitation of an emerger. This is a size 16 hook. I usually tie them in 16s, 18s, and 20s. The 18s and 20s seem to be more effective than the larger sizes, but the larger sizes work pretty good in the spring. We're going to start out with putting some, this is a rabbit strip. It's basically a zonker strip, and it's in a blue-gray. And what we want to do is we want to pull off a piece of that. Where are we here? This is kind of what it looks like. And you pull off a piece and it looks, yeah, it's about like that. And don't be shy. You're going to think, well, that's too much, but it's not. Because once it gets wet, it's going to slim down. And even after you get it on the hook, you can kind of pull it and trim it. So I've pulled off a hunk, and that's kind of what it looks like right there. And you want to pull all the guard hairs out. And that tail is going to look kind of big, but you can fix that a little bit later. So I'm just going to get started wrapping this on the hook. Like so. Now you can see the tail, and like I said, it's going to look big, but actually they kind of like it like that. Maybe it's imitates a nymphal shuck. Hard for me to know, but, and this is, the body is just olive thread. And what I like to do is I like to build it up from the back to the front, with a lot more in the front. And you want to try to make kind of a triangular kind of profile on the hook. So I'm just going to keep wrapping thread till I think I got it about right. I like to put a little bit in front, keep the rest of that hair up, so I can build up that portion of the body that's right up next to the wing case. Okay, I think we're getting close now. I'll put a little bit, a few more on there. Okay, now you can see that the tail material that we used is also going to be the wing case. And that's what makes this fly so simple to tie. What we're going to do now is we're going to tie in the thorax. And in the thorax, we're going to use the waste material from a pheasant tail. And that's kind of what this stuff looks like. And it's really kind of downy, almost like marabou-ish kind of material. And what you do is you just pull it off the stem of the feather. And you start just wrapping it on the hook. So I'm going to show you again a little bit. That's kind of what it looks like. pretty off-the-wall fly, but I've found that it's pretty effective in almost all situations, even as a general search pattern. So, and you're gonna, what I do is you'd be surprised how much of this stuff that you'll actually need to get the proper profile on the fly. You gotta dub in quite a bit of this stuff. The color is kind of a dark gray, and it'll fold down as we wrap it around the hook. You can even wrap the thread over the area that you just dubbed, and it'll just hide real nice. So let's give this a shot. What I like to do is start front and go back. And you see how much stuff is on there, and you think, well, that's way too much, but actually it's not. So just keep wrapping until you finish up. Now it looks just about right. And then the last part is just fold this back over, tie off the wing case. And see how simple that was? Pretty easy. I'm a big fan of natural materials. I don't like to use synthetics a lot, but I do use them. And there you have it. And I'm going to show you this just so you kind of get an idea of what it looks like. You see the triangular pattern on the fly, and it really looks like a pretty general pattern. They seem to like the blue case. This is supposed to be a blue-winged olive nymph, and like I said, that that real soft marabou type of material, that waste material that I used, is actually pretty soft, and when you fish it, it'll fold back and it'll give the nymph a nice triangular profile. And you'll see that the tail is a little long, but they seem to like it. So anyway, that is my modified WD40, and it catches a lot of fish for me. It's really my go-to fly, and it's been great, and I hope you give it a try. Tie it on, see what happens.